After releasing my video about the rumored Avowed delay, Xbox came out and officially delayed Avowed, but they also made a list of a lot of the games that we can expect in 2024 and 2025, confirming dates of some notable titles. In addition, we've heard about some incubation projects that have been happening within Activision Blizzard and how that's going to be changing. And believe it or not, we have several stories to discuss about Xbox news, a welcome change. Let's get into it right now. So first things first, let's follow up on the Avowed story from yesterday because Xbox's social media came out and officially confirmed it. So many games coming. As such, we're moving Avowed to February 18th, 2025 to give players backlogs some breathing room. Stay tuned for more from our games across Activision Blizzard, Bethesda, and Xbox Game Studios at Gamescom, including our August 23rd live stream for a look at Avowed. I was excited about Avowed for better, for worse. I am curious about what they end up doing with the Pillars of Eternity universe, and I am curious to see it in third person. So that was one I was really excited about, but you know what? I can wait until February. What's more interesting is we got some more concrete dates for things and this nice little graphic for the ones that we already knew. World of Warcraft War Within, as we knew, is August 26th. Age of Mythology Retold, September 4th. Aura History Untold, September 24th. Diablo 4's update, October 8th. Call of Duty, October 25th. Flight Simulator, November 19th. Indiana Jones is still 2024. Shattered Space is confirmed for 2024. Towerborn is 2024. They forgot to put Stalker 2 on this list, which is, I believe it's November 18th, where it's right around Flight Simulator's date. Avowed locked in for February 18th, 2025. South of Midnight confirmed for 2025. Doom the Dark Ages confirmed for 2025. And Fable confirmed for 2025. I have been playing through Doom Eternal, and I don't know why. I just finally got to that point in my back catalog where I'm like, I need to finish Doom Eternal. I started over from the beginning, and I'm just having a great time to get prepped for Doom the Dark Ages. That is another one I'm very, very stoked for. So, whoa. Sorry, everybody. It does seem like we're going to have a regular cadence of games hitting over the next several days. Still getting over that stupid cold. Anyway, Microsoft also had a report from Windows Central discussing what has been happening with their internal studios. Microsoft and Activision have formed a new team within Blizzard to work on smaller AAA games based on existing IP. And while I have you, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. I really do appreciate it. Now, a lot of people are, of course, going to be critical because they did shut down an incubation project. Jez Corden sort of discusses that in this piece. He talks about how if the studio wasn't in Japan, basically Microsoft would have considered Tango Gameworks as one of those incubation AA project studios, but it's just a logistics issue, according to his reporting. Let's scroll down. I highlighted a few of the key paragraphs here. Our sources indicate that Microsoft and Activision have approved the creation of a new team within its Blizzard subsidiary, comprised mostly with employees from King. Blizzard is known for beloved franchises like Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, and Overwatch. And Microsoft is keen to curate and serve these franchises more prolifically than Activision itself did previously. Military sci-fi strategy series StarCraft, for example, has essentially been on mothballs since StarCraft remastered in 2017. I love StarCraft. I would love for them to do something with that. And Xbox CEO Phil Spencer himself has name-checked StarCraft during interviews about the acquisition in recent years. Still, you need teams to work on these classic franchises, and that's exactly what Microsoft is gearing up to do. To that end, we're told Microsoft and Activision's new team within Blizzard is tasked to work on AA smaller games based on existing franchises within the Blizzard universes. Given King's mobile expertise, it's possible that these will be mobile games aimed to support Xbox's planned mobile gaming store for iOS and Android, although we're not entirely sure that they'll be restricted specifically to mobile, given Microsoft's platform agnostic strategy across mobile, PC, and console. It's entirely possible that any fresh projects could run across multiple platforms. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella recently described how it wants Xbox to focus on a three-pronged gaming approach across these endpoints with Xbox console at its core. Now, I talked about that video and this little fact that you might not know or might have missed from the call, where Satya and Amy Hood sort of discussed the importance of console, but more importantly, the importance of mobile and their other avenues. Now, what is this going to look like? Well, Matt Booty did sort of discuss how AA's are huge profit drivers for them. You look at Vampire Survivors, which is like $3, but everybody downloads it and plays it. That is a big win for them because development cost is low, profit margins are high. Sources tell Jez that Microsoft is keen to explore and experiment finding success out of smaller teams that are also integrated with the larger org, almost Nintendo style for seamless collaboration. Microsoft and other big publishers are increasingly concerned about the monstrously ballooning costs facing AAA game development. And having studios cross-collaborate more closely is one way Microsoft is exploring reducing costs. A lot of the biggest success stories in the industry in recent times have been unique ideas from smaller teams. Think of games like Balatro, Palworld, Vampire Survivors, Among Us, and even some of Microsoft's internal games like Sea of Thieves and Grounded. Many of these titles were built by comparatively small teams and in some cases solo developers, yet many of these titles became wildly popular based on their innovative gameplay alone, and in some cases their agility to pivot to new trends. That's absolutely right. And it does make me question, like, how can the AAA teams, how do they miss so spectacularly? It really feels like they need to focus in on one thing and really nail it home, and they just haven't been doing that as well. Ballooning budgets, ballooning marketing budgets, and it feels like it's targeting the wrong avenues. AA refers to titles built by smaller teams with lower budgets compared to AAA titles. The new King Studio is specifically geared up for agility, eschewing I don't know that word, some of the bureaucratic bloat that can occur in bigger titles. The Verge also noted recently that Xbox has now moved into one departmental building at Redmond HQ, specifically to improve communication and collaboration. So it is important that there are big internal changes happening at Microsoft, given the success of these smaller titles. Now, interestingly, Tom Warren also just put something out that said Xbox President Sarah Bond said earlier this year that a new Xbox mobile store would launch in July. It's August now, so where is it? And apparently Microsoft provided a comment to this story. Testing has begun for a browser-based mobile store, says Carrie Perez, head of Xbox Communications, in a statement to The Verge. Our work is progressing well, and we will have more to share in the future. Now, I, for one, have been very impressed with what Microsoft has managed to do with their cloud streaming technology, and I think that will be utilized in their mobile strategy going forward. In addition to all this, Aaron Greenberg is saying, hey, we're going to have a big opening night live, sort of recapping their Gamescom notes. But he says, for those not attending, I'd recommend you check out the Gamescom opening night live show, as well as our Xbox at Gamescom show floor daily broadcast streams. For more information, go to the post that I covered yesterday. So expect a lot of that there. And one last Xbox thing. All of this is just about them changing their strategy. Unfortunately, we're ending on a sour note. The Xbox Series X and S is getting a price increase only in Japan starting August 15th. Microsoft says it regularly evaluates the impact of changes in market conditions on local pricing. Now, I've said this a few times now. A lot of people are like, well, maybe they can catch up with console if they do a price reduction. They just can't do that. The dollar is soft. The dollar is not going as far in these other territories, which is why we're seeing these price increases around the world for both PlayStation, Xbox, and console. Sales projections are down for PlayStation. They're down for Xbox. Even Nintendo is seeing a softening of the Nintendo Switch, as they have for the last several years. Granted, that console has been out for a while. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with the next generation of hardware. Anyway, that's sort of a recap of everything that's been happening with Xbox. Just a bunch of stories I wanted to encapsulate into one video. Let me know what you think about all this. What do you think about the new incubation team? What do you think about the fact that Avowed was moved to February. Let me know, and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I hit it a little early to know when my content goes live. Hit that like button if you're already subscribed. You want to support the channel, you know what to do. You can become a member. You can click that join button, subscribe, help me make these videos, continue making these videos, and show a little bit of love if you want to by clicking that join button. That was a really bad promo. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Check out my video yesterday. I talked about all sorts of stuff, talked about Game Informer. We're going to link out to that one right here, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.